Connor, what was that realtor response you needed help with?
Yeah, so I sent my offer today, and the realtor said, "Hey, let me check my seller's interested." And then he said, "Would you like to walk the property first? One side needs work." This is the one we were talking about yesterday.
Right.
And he sent that in a different email. And then I said, "At the moment, we're able to move forward. I'd definitely love to schedule a walkthrough. I just want to ensure the seller is aligned with my terms first. Once we have everything agreed upon in writing, we can organize the walkthrough." And then he said he is not uninterested. He wants the buyer to walk it first before discussing further. Uh, I don't really know what to do.
I mean, the first thing that popped in my mind is why.
Yeah, right.
But even though I mean, I guess I understand why. If it was my property and one side needed a lot of work, I wouldn't. Well, no, that's not true. I would trust that my pictures were efficient enough to show what the damage is and make a determination. But it could be that I'm assuming based off of the wording that you used, this real estate agent does not know you're wholesaling the property.
No, he does. He knows that I'm like the intermediary.
Gotcha. Okay, so then that's actually perfect. You can let him know, hey, I completely understand where the buyer's coming from. We feel like the photos are sufficient, but for our process and our procedure, we don't bring anything to our buyers until we have it under contract. Once it's under contract, then we can allow our buyers to go down there. And it's just so that we can protect our interest in the deal. These are buyers that we've been cultivating relationships with for years, and this is our procedure. So I'm happy to get a buyer to walk the property, but we need to get something on paper first. So if you can let me know which part of the deal your sellers would like to tweak a little bit, we can go from there. If it's within range of what my buyers are looking for, no problem. If not, then we'll try and figure it out. And if we can't figure it out, then good luck.
Gotcha. I'll send him that email. And
Because
then
especially if they know you're wholesaling it. Like,
yeah, and he knows that like I'm obviously not the one to show proof of funds. He's just like, whenever you have all that information and everything, like no worries, just get back to me. And that's like what he said about like every single deal, because he's the one who gives me like the off market listings. And I'm just like, really, I've never been hit with the you need to walk the property before you close on it kind of thing. That's just like my first time I've had that. You know.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's when it needs a lot of work. What he's hoping to not do is waste time. He
Sure.
doesn't want to negotiate back and forth, come up with a price and all that stuff, and then just for someone to then walk it and be like, "Oh, this is way worse than expected."
Exactly. Yeah. So I just
So
have to make sure I'm like ready to close on it, huh?
yeah, and I would literally do what I just did, whether with the seller or to the realtor agent, say, "Hey, look, I get it. He doesn't want to waste time, and then we get everything on paper. We do the negotiating back and forth. We do the dance. Then my buyer goes to walk in and like, oh hell no." But I feel confident with the photos that you sent me that my buyers will be able to understand with the contract terms and those photos, and those that are interested will then want to walk the property to confirm what they're seeing. But the photos that you provided are sufficient enough for me to give my buyers the right idea to determine if they want to move forward or not. But this is our
Great.
procedure, this is our process. And so I could secure my interest in the deal. We do not let our buyers go towards these properties or walk the properties, meet with anyone until we have it on contract.
Gotcha. Okay. And then my second question was on a different property that we also talked about yesterday, which was the Triplex. And I
Mhm.
sent him the offer that we structured, and he said, "Appreciate the offer, Connor. Unfortunately, you'd have to bring much more down payment for the sellers to be interested." And I think we actually did like the 50,000. Yeah, we did the 50,000 down payment with the
Yep. This is
10 to
the
12-year balloon.
$550,000 purchase price, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no. Yeah, 500.
Yeah,
Yeah,
550.
550. Yeah. Um,
I don't think there's any wiggle room there though,
there's
really.
not. You
So
have $5,000 to play with. And so I would just respond back and I would say, hey, no problem. I completely understand. My offer is good for 30 days. If your seller changes their mind, let me know, and then move on.
yeah.
Or if your sellers change their mind, let me know. Just by chance, are there any other properties that you're having trouble moving that may be open to a creative offer?
Right. Because
Now,
he
for
actually is
me,
always
I
sending me
think
stuff.
I think that that's the perfect setup. Then I would just be like, hey, who else do you have? And it's not, do you have anyone else? You guys don't want to ask people questions where they can give the easiest answer. By nature, most people are lazy. So if you ask someone a question, Connor, are you hungry? What's the easiest thing you can say? The laziest
Yes
answer.
or no.
It's no. No, I'm not. No more talking is needed. No more explanation. If I said, Connor, how hungry are you?
Pretty hungry.
At the
Not
very
hungry.
least, you have to think about it, and then you'll give how you're actually feeling. So when you're talking to these people, it's not do you have anyone else that's on market that will be interested in creative offers? Who else is on market right now that you're working with that may be open to a creative market? Because then it forces them to think instead of just giving the lazy answer, which is no one. So that's how I would do it. And that's also if you're doing it verbally. If you're doing it via email, then you just type it.
Right. And then I had another, I know I'm like kind of taking up the time here, but
I'm here until there's no more questions. You're good.
I'd like to like underwrite this deal and just see if it makes sense, because I already offered it, but then I realized the mortgage rate or the interest rate was at 8%, and I was like, I don't know if this is actually going to be. I think this is a dead deal here.
All right, is it a sub-2 or a
sub-2?
All right, what's the mortgage balance?
The mortgage balance is 143.26.
Okay. What's
and
the PITI?
1247.
Interest rate? You said 8?
Yes, sir. 8.
What are we giving them as a down or as a cash seller?
Is that the down payment or the entry fee? Okay, 17.5.
Ooh, that's high.
But we can reduce that. That was just like where they agreed to it.
Yeah, max should be 14,000, but that's only $3,000, so that's okay. So then to compensate, we'll just kick that down to 7. It's fine. What's the LTR?
What does that stand for?
What's the market rent?
Oh, the market rent. Let's see. I think 14, but let me make sure. Tenants are paying $16.50 a month.
Okay. All right. So I can tell you right now, this deal is going to be tight as hell. And the reason why it's going to be tight as hell is because of how close these two numbers are. You've only got about $400 to play with. So
let me ask, if we change the down payment,
that doesn't work.
To like 14, you said? If we put it to 14 down payment, how does that affect it really?
The 14, so the down payment is going to affect your entry fee percentage, which is already high. So, and even if I take the closing costs out, you're at 14.5%. You should be pretty close to 10. But even if I were to change the down payment, it will raise the cash on cash return, but it's not going to change the cash flow. And the cash flow is only $19.50 a month, a year, and it needs to be $300 a year, a month, which is $3,600 a year. So I can drop this back. I can drop this down to 0. They can get nothing. And the cash on cash return is great, but the cash flow, it stays the same. Because it's still, that high monthly payment for the mortgage versus what it's bringing in for a rental. So is the property in good shape?
Yes, I would say so. It's not turnkey, but it's like definitely under like 10,000 rehab for sure.
So let me ask you a question. In its current condition, would you let your mom move in there?
Yeah, the inside's nice. Just the outside's kind of like, like the porch isn't really great. And it's just like the yard needs like work, but the inside is not bad. No, I don't think so.
So the only thing that you could do, long shot, is you could sell it to a homestead buyer.
Okay.
You can sell it to someone. So if the rent is $16.50, right? But if someone wanted to own it, even at 8%, they'd only have to pay $12.50. Then all you'd have to do is find a buyer that wants to live in it, because then they don't give a shit about the cash flow. None of that matters. They're not renting it out. They're going to live in it. It's their home. So if they're going to live in it, then they can not have to worry about that. Then you just have to find someone that can do the entry fee. And the
Gotcha.
answer
And I just sent
to,
you some photos in Discord, like just to see if you agree with me. I mean, I think it's fine, but it's obviously like
all
I
right,
think decently.
let's have
Uh,
a little look.
it's not prime, but it's in decent shape.
Oh yeah, this is fine.
Okay, cool.
Columbus, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, the stove is new. The dishwasher is new. Floor is decent. Ceiling fan is new. I don't think that floor is new, but the kitchen is. Yeah, that whole kitchen's new. Bathroom looks. Yeah, this is not turnkey. This is flipped.
yeah.
This whole property is flipped.
So my thing is like I'll change the down payment to 14, and then what
You
else do?
still need to sell it to a homestead buyer, even though it's in
Got
really
it.
good shape. It still doesn't cash flow.
Okay.
So you still got to find someone who wants to pay $1,240 a month. You need to find someone that's got $27,000 cash to buy this. 10 goes to you. I think I moved it back to 17. 17 goes to the seller. I'm sorry, 7 goes to you. 17 goes to the seller.
Okay. Homestead buyer. I'll write that down. See if I can find someone.
Cool. Good luck.
Thank you.
No problem. Tim, what's going on, man?
Yo, I talked to Cheryl earlier today, and it's in Jacksonville. Um, the guy's open to investor offers. Um, this is when I was testing out the new template in Deal Blaster to not put any offer terms in there. So I
Okay.
gave her a call. She was like, "Yeah, as long as the down payment." She goes, and I laughed. She goes, "The seller will hold the note for 3 years and needs a down payment of 90,000 to cover the mortgage." And so I laughed and then I gave her a call, and I was like, "Can we do Sub2?" And she was like, "Just draft it, in an email, and I'll pitch it to my seller." And so I'm like, "Perfect. So let's see if this works." I initially thought it was a hybrid, but it doesn't look like there's much equity, even though they want to list it for. I got to confirm, but I think it's at 270. But the mortgage balance is 95,000.
Okay.
PITI is 650, and it's a 2.7% rate. Well,
Ooh.
okay. PropStream shows 2.7, but she told me it was 7.2. I don't know if she was reading that wrong.
Okay. We're gonna need a mortgage
Yeah, because
statement.
that'll really change the deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the payment, the PITI is still 6. Now, did you get that payment from PropStream or from the realtor?
She didn't have a recent mortgage statement, so I just did the math on the taxes, insurance,
Oh,
and
okay. So
this.
you did add everything. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And then what are you giving them as a down payment?
I had it at 20 grand,
$20,000. Okay.
but they didn't have any kind of number, so maybe we could do whatever.
So then
The
this would
rent's
be
1350.
okay. I mean, so far so good. 155,000. What's it look like in 100? Really? Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so you don't have that much wiggle room when it
No.
comes to the monthly.
That's why I ran it as a Sub2. I was like, oh,
Well, Sub2 is not going to work because they still want their $155,000 worth of equity. Yeah, it's too bad. This is the numbers on this deal are really, really good, except for this part. Like, not this part. This part's fine for us. You being able
yeah.
to sell it to them, that's the problem.
$100 a month it's not that appetizing.
That's really not. Why do they want to move? Why are they selling the house? Do you know?
Don't know yet.
Damn. How long has it been on market?
Uh, yeah, hold on. You give me like 2 minutes. Let me get you that. Where's Cheryl? Here we go. Just copying this into Redfin. Let's see. Yeah, it's a nice house. Yeah, it's listed for 270. It's been on market for 123 days.
Ooh, I would offer it to him. I would offer him.
The hybrid?
I would offer. I would tell him like, look, the only way my investors are going to take this is if it can cash flow, and I would send them this screenshot of just this part right here, and be like, right now I'm at my bare minimum, and this is only giving your seller $100 a month, but your property's been on the market for 120 days. So what do you want to do? Because that's all you can do with it. You're like, the numbers are so tight. There's literally nothing else you can do. This is literally the best you can give them.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're at 10.71. Yeah, even if you take that out, that's literally the best you can give them. So because it's you're up against the wall, you should have no fear. It's this or nothing.
True. It's just gonna sit there.
Yeah.
So okay. That box right there under the PITI, the mortgage interest rate, does that change anything in the math?
No. This is just so I can keep track. I can put it at 21%. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Some people they have to keep bouncing back and forth. So I just give them a spot to put it.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I'll draft that up and send it to her and then give her a call about it.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. Who's next? AJ and then Earl. Earl, what's up, man?
What's up, Sean?
Nothing much. Okay, I'll get to you in a second. What's up, AJ? What can I do for you?
Hey, Sean, how's it going?
Fantastic.
Not sure if you totally remember, but that property in Ohio we talked about last week, they hit me with a counter and I wanted to run it by you.
All right, let's do it. What kind of deal was it?
It was a seller finance.
All right.
It's
Tell me, do you have the numbers for what it was?
What do you mean?
Like, for what you offered them?
Like previously?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 57. It was on market for 50.
Okay.
I offered them 57,000 with 52 seller finance with 5,000 down.
Okay.
They countered with 12,000 down. And the market rent there is 1188. And it also needs $30,000 of work.
Oh, okay. But do you remember the taxes and the insurance?
It was like 480 for taxes and like 270 for insurance.
Okay. And it needs 30,000. And when you say needs 30,000, what was that monthly payment, first of all, that you gave them previously?
Seller?
Yeah. Like, how much were you giving them monthly?
It was 216, I believe, for your balloon, no interest.
Damn.
But yeah, and the rehab is like the
Yeah,
cabin.
that's did you happen to, and I know it's not typical for creative deals, but did you happen to run the ARV?
100,000.
Okay. So how big is the place?
Like square footage wise?
Yeah.
1,200, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm at 35,000 would be my MAO if this were a cash deal. We're giving them $20,000 more than that. Well, $17,000 more than that. Yet that is tight, because essentially, as far as the investor is concerned, this is what it's going to look like: 66% entry fee.
Yeah.
Still good cash on cash return though. Shit.
Could
Now,
it be?
so it's not livable right now, right?
No, I wouldn't say so.
But you think it needs $30,000 for it to be a rentable property?
Yes, $30,000 for it to be rent. That's 25 to 30. 25, 30.
Okay. What city is it in?
A Burr buyer would be interested. That's what I was thinking, but
What city is it in?
it's in Koshkoton, Ohio.
Oh my God. Hold on. What's the population of Koshkoton, Ohio?
15,000.
Ooh. What's the closest city?
I think
Like the
it's
major city?
like 60, 70 miles from like Cincinnati.
Shit. There's gonna be this one. Okay, so here's my opinion. It's gonna be hard because the area is small, meaning the amount of local buyers at your disposal that can even take this deal down is gonna be small.
Yeah.
$17,000 higher. Okay, what if I did? Hold on a second, because we've done that before. Yeah, it was in a better, more populated area. Okay, so now you're $7,000 off. Yeah. Here's my opinion. I think you should lock it up. I think you should lock it up. Do they know you're wholesaling the deal?
They do. Yeah.
Okay. I would lock it up and I would set the proper expectation. I would let them know, look, my buyers are usually buying properties, the numbers wise, this fits, but the rehab before that they would have to put into the property before they can start generating that monthly revenue. That's the biggest hang up here. So I'll tell you what, give me 2 weeks. Let me sift this through my buyers. Let me see if anyone's willing to take it. If they are, we'll get this thing closed. If not, I will come back to you. I will let you know the most or the highest offer we did get. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, I'll cancel the contract out and, good luck. And I would go for it because you may very well find that buyer that maybe is going to do the work themselves. They already own a few properties in the area. And they're like, yeah, I can rehab this property for like 15 grand. I'll do the work myself. And, it'll just join my local portfolio. You could very well come across that.
Gotcha.
But if you set the proper expectation to where I'm going to do my best, but here's my issue, I'm pointing it out now, then if you don't end up selling it, and you just come back and say, hey, I told you I'd give it my best. It keeps your conscience clear, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. Could we do something where it's like they requested 12,000 down, and if we did that with the 12,000 down, 30,000 in work, could the buyer like refinance it at 100,000 appraisal and cash out?
Yeah, they could, but if we're at, so that would make this at $42,000 on $100,000 on a property with the ARV of $100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 77%. I don't even think even a Burr buyer, like a DSCR loan, they're only going to give him 30% of the purchase price as a down payment. So he still have, someone who did this would still have to come up with 47%, 48% out of their own pocket. Now, granted, it's not a lot of money. When we're looking at the total entry fee, it's only 50 grand.
Yeah.
So you're definitely, this isn't going to be a walk in the park dispo wise. But if you get this in front of enough people, you might come across that buyer who's like, hey, I'll do this shit myself. But you're like ice skating uphill by giving them 12,000. I would counter back to like 7.5. Because
Okay.
just because they countered with 12 doesn't mean you can't counter back. Counter back at 7.5. You don't have to just fold.
Okay. I'm gonna do that then.
And if they counter back to 10, counter back to 8. That way they'll counter to 9, and that's probably the best you're going to get it for. So at 9 plus, okay, so I mean it's not going to help your numbers that much because you're still going to be at 39,000. But it's better than 78%.
Yeah.
I'd rather come up with 45,000 than 50. And even at this number, your cash on cash return is good. Your cash flow is phenomenal. Like it's real good. That's why it sucks that this deal is in such a small area. If this was in a bigger city, I would be like, yeah, 100% lock it up. We'll find a buyer for you. Like someone will take this. We'll sell it to a corp, like whatever. Someone will take it. But because it's in such a rural area, your buyer pool is going to be real small. But I would go for it. Just set the proper expectation so your conscience is clear in case it doesn't work.
All right, I'm gonna go that route. Thanks, Sean.
No worries. Earl, what's up, man?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Sean?
Not much. What can I do for you?
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of, I guess, get some insight or a little more, clarification regarding kind of how you go about these novation deals. You know, there's a lot of moving parts. They kind of can be tricky at times. Kind of wanted to just go over the one that we kind of have still alive and kind of see kind of how you go about it with executing a price that makes sense to where there's still spread on it.
So I think that I got to kind of start from the beginning because not everybody's going to know where we're at on this deal. So when you're doing a novation from the beginning, your formula is always going to be the as is value minus 10%, minus 30 grand.
Right.
And the way we break those numbers down, the as is value, that's self-explanatory. It's what the house is worth in its current condition in the current market that it's in. The 10% that we're subtracting from that is all the closing costs, the realtor closing costs, title, escrow, taxes, fees, all that. The $30,000 is the assignment fee.
Right.
So when you're calculating this, the only number you can alter is that $30,000. The closing costs are what they are, especially when there's a realtor involved. Now, if there's a real estate agent involved that, you can negotiate a lower fee where it's not going to cost you 6%. Well, then, you adjust that 10% accordingly. So the property should be under contract based off of that final MAO. Once you do that math.
Right.
Now, once you put it on market, and then there's a couple of factors. The real estate agent is a factor. Are they actively pushing it, or are they just listing it? What kind of real estate agent that are you doing? And a good way to determine that is how many showings you've had. Now, for us, we've had quite a few showings on this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the issue is with this one is that people like the house, but it's priced too much. What's the real estate agent charging on this one?
Well, are we talking? I know you probably don't want me to disclose the address. Which one are you referring to?
Oh, it's fine. You can.
Okay.
Because it's under contract, so yeah, they can't.
Okay. Are we talking about suburban or youth camp right now? Suburban.
Whichever one you think would be the most beneficial to go over.
Let's talk youth camp. So suburban's probably shot, but youth camp. Let's talk about youth camp.
Okay. So where are we at on that one?
Yeah. So and I guess that's where I'm caught up because I know sometimes, like you said, it's not I know for sure we've had 20 plus showings, so I know the sentiment there is okay. I guess more so from an underwriting standpoint, you only do so much finding the as is value, right? And then once you go on market, the sentiment or the buyer responses from there kind of lets you know if you're kind of in the right ballpark or if you're not. And it looks like we're probably not. So I guess I'm trying to figure out where do you go from that standpoint where, okay, you left enough for the closing costs, you factored in that 10%, you attempted to find an accurate as is value, and maybe I guess the market's not reacting to that well. How do you go about, I guess, more so trying to save the deal, or what other angles can you play there? Because for example, right now, I think so 20 plus showings, I think we're going to be down to 359 and we're under contract direct to seller for 340. So we owe 3%.
What's the real estate agent charging?
3% on this one.
So like about $9,000.
Yeah.
9.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and we have it under contract for how much?
I believe it's 340.
We have it under contract for 340.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the listing is dropped to how much?
359.9. It will be by the end of today.
All right, so we got 20. Okay. The first thing that we need to do is talk to the real estate agent and see what kind of feedback we're getting. We need to know, like, I don't like doing, and this is just me, and I know that people, they disagree, but I don't like doing incremental price drops.
Okay.
I want to know, okay, they don't want it at this price. What price would they want it at? Because I need to know, is this person being unreasonable? Or if the consensus is out of 20 showings, 10 of people are saying this, right around the same price of what they would take it for, okay, then I need to drop my price to that. And
Mhm.
then depending on what that number is, will determine if I have to go get a price reduction from the seller.
Okay, that makes so the consensus, the feedback has been that makes sense. Feedback has been beautiful home, great bones, needs a little bit too much work. So the consensus was, hey, price is too high, price is too high. So this one though was incremental drops. I think I was doing once every week or two, all the way down from like so started at like 425 down to 359, and now just now got a bite at 300, which is 40 grand below what we're under contract for.
Gotcha. So now in this situation, Jay's on this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So now in this situation, Jay needs to go to the seller. Is this the one? This isn't the one where she's got another house pending. That was
No, we actually
February.
got that one situated. That's all tied
Right.
up in.
Okay. Okay. Good. Congratulations, by the way.
Thanks.
So for this one, Jay needs to go back to the seller,
Mhm.
and I don't know what her or his motivation is, but we need to bring them back to that motivation, that pain point, and say, look, we have been trying to sell this thing for X amount of days. We have
Right.
had 20 plus people walk this property, and we
Mhm.
have gotten one offer. And to cover everything, we need you to take, what would it be, 280?
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they owe. They owe they owe 280 to be able to walk.
Oh, so they'd be walking away with nothing.
Mhm.
Well, then now it's so they were going to be walking away with, if we sold it if they did get their 340, they would have been walking away with 60 grand. Ah, that is tight. That's
Mhm.
very tight.
Yeah.
Is it owner occupied?
Yeah. So they're and this is I feel for them, so I'm trying to find a solution. They're divorced, so the husband's, and that was kind of the hiccup with not being able to do any repairs or anything outside of landscaping and cleaning. The husband's still in full time, wife isn't. They're amicably divorcing. So they're yes, I think they were looking to split the proceeds clean, but one husband's in there full time, wife's not.
Okay, so does the husband, what's his plan? Assuming we got the money, I mean, he wasn't going to take $30,000 and
Right.
buy another property, right? Like he was going to.
No, I think they're just I want to say he's just going to move out, but they just want to, I guess, have confirmation that it'll be closed and they'll be all wrapped up. I think if they even were to just pocket, let's say, $5,000 a piece, I think they'd be okay with that. Their biggest thing was just getting rid of the property, paying off their mortgage.
Okay, so here's what I would do. I would tell the real estate agent to counter back to 315, 320, somewhere around there. Hopefully those people will counter to 310. We give them 10 grand, you make 10 grand,
Right.
and then we have 10 grand left to pay the closing costs.
That's exactly what I did, so that's good to know. Yeah, okay.
Hell
So
yeah.
we'll just
Another
wait
good
and
student.
see.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you if that's how you played it, you played that exactly the way I would have.
Okay.
And
Okay, good.
I don't think I'm God's gift to wholesaling or anything, but my shit usually works. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's good to know. And then if just briefly, if you don't mind, we don't have to go into too much detail, but I mean, where do you go when now you've exhausted every option for Suburban Corp. I was telling you 35 plus showings, man, same thing, consensus across the board. Didn't even have to do any price drop. Only been on market for 7 or 8 days, and the consensus is like, hey, this home needs way too much work. This price is pretty high. We got one outlier offer at 449 where the numbers are really close. If the seller would just, if the seller was on board budging even just a little bit, clean it up, get it done, close in 2 weeks, but they weren't. So how do you, when you run into that kind of situation where the seller's adamant, because you can only try your best. They're just like, hey, no, this is the number I want to walk away with. Otherwise, I'm walking. Where do you go from there?
You might be asking the wrong one right now, because this version of me would say, okay, bye. because I don't like wasting my time. But let me get a little bit more information. So at the numbers for that outlier offer, how much are you making?
We'd be making nothing. And this one is different. This is a flat fee listing agent, so only half a percent due to the listing agent, 2.5 to the buyer. So it's 3% all in. So great. Closing costs 1 or 2%. So we're looking all in 5% instead of 10. So that helps our case. The only thing now is with these numbers, I want to say we would be with what we were supposed to owe him. We would have been right on the money or maybe underwater $1,000. So we need him to move like not even 5 or 10 grand for be able to close 2 weeks cash, no contingencies. Everybody's happy. And he does not want to move $1.
Did he say why? Why is he selling in the first place?
And this is so, and I sent you an article, but basically it's just, yeah, he has some legal things going on, man, to where he really does need to sell. So I don't know if he's stonewalling or if I don't understand the rationalization with it truly, man, but he needs to sell. He vacated the premises. And then I don't know, we're here, let him know full transparency. This is the best we could do. You know, we've exhausted all options. This is what the market's saying. He's like, nope, if I can't get my number, I'm already took the keys back. Like, I'll move back in, no problem. Thanks for your time. Like, let's revisit in a year.
Do you believe him?
No, I think no, no, I don't see. But the hard thing is, I'm sure you know, with on market, I'm fielding these calls from agents. If he's not allowing access to his home, or we have offers on the table, I mean, how we can't really drag our feet in this type of scenario, if that makes sense. These buyers are serious and ready to perform.
Okay, but are these buyers wanting to come? Oh, well, we don't know if they're willing to come in at the asking price because they can't see it.
No. That's where we're at today. But the first 8 days, everyone has seen it multiple times. They've done their due diligence. We've had concrete offers on the table. But they're at 279, 300, 375. The one that's at 449, they were at 400. And I kind of got to bartering a little bit and got them up to their highest and best of 449, but that's still a little bit far off. And I think we're listed for 459. But the condition of the home, it needs repairs throughout. There's some other I guess legal things that have to get handled. So like as is, that's I think is the best possible offer we're gonna get.
Okay. No, even if we made it to where we didn't cover the 2.5%, that would free up enough money to close and then put a little bit in your pocket.
Right.
But then if we do that, then the buyers will be like, well, then that's still costing us more than 449. So then never mind.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. We just took a vote, and based off what you said, I say, hey man, how long is the listing for?
It's been 7 or 8 days.
But how long is the entire listing for? Like,
it's till 60. It's till September 23rd.
All right. I would say, is the guy responsive? Like if you call him, he answers, or if the realtor calls, he'll answer?
Yeah, he's responsive, but like I said, I'm only concerned is there's someone that went to go view the property today and now the keys are gone. So he's responsive, but I don't know how more receptive he's going to be to allowing more people in his home if he's not getting his number, if he doesn't feel like we're making headway that way.
Well, then first thing I would do is I was asking, why the fuck did you take the keys out of there? We're only 8 days in. We have a contract for 60. Are you like, do you not want to sell anymore, or what's up? And then let him answer that question. And if he's like, oh, well, it's like, hey man, it's been listed for a week. We've gotten a bunch of offers. Granted, you didn't like them, even the one that was $10,000 off, which I think was a gift.
Yeah.
But if you want us to keep going, we'll keep going. But you have to allow access. If we can't show people the property, you're never going to sell it.
Yeah.
Like you need to put your foot down.
Yeah.
Like in some capacity, your foot needs to be put down, because then it won't be so strange when, you know, on Wednesday or Thursday of next week, you put your foot down again and say, look, man, we have been fielding offers left and right. And I don't know what situation you're going in or how badly you need this money, but this guy just hit us up again for the last time at his 449 offer. I really advise that we take it.
Yeah.
And I would hardline that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure Jay, when you get it, you guys will talk when you get a chance. I thought it was just him, and then I was like, oh, maybe it's just me. But if you were to talk to this guy, man, you wouldn't believe the type of situation he's in. Like we tried that angle of just stern, because this offer was only valid till, and they didn't even want to push through the weekend. But we told him like it was. We were like, hey, this is the best it's going to be. We highly advise that you take this so that we can all walk away clean. And he was almost just like, first he understood that we needed to make money and exit as well. And now he's kind of playing it to like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Like, if I'm not getting my number, I'm not selling the house kind of thing. Like a little more like not on
To be
board.
honest, then I would cancel it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I would say, just what's the guy's name?
His name, Dennis.
Dennis, just wanted to double check with you because I just got
Yeah.
hit up by these people again.
Yeah.
Are you sure you really don't want to take it? And if I can't get hey, then you know what, Dennis? I think we're just gonna go ahead and cancel it out on our end. I can't spin straw into gold. Like I'm doing my best to help you, but if it's like, hey, you can't get your number or nothing, then I'm just gonna go ahead and have the realtor pull it off the market. And good luck.
Yeah,
that's what I would do, because
yeah.
if he's not, it's a gamble. It's a gamble.
Yeah.
He may say, oh, wait. He may say, fine, fuck you, whatever. In either case, you're ice skating uphill.
Yeah. That's unfortunately, I think, what it's going to come down to on this one, which is fine. But like I said, I think where we're kind of peaking from a momentum standpoint. Like I said, we had a lot of low balls, got to work them up to this price, but it's a moderately sized town. There's like 50,000 people, and the situation he's going through, all the agents are coming to me about it. So there's like a lot of concerns and liability things associated with this specific transaction, to where I'm like, I'm actually so surprised that he's not willing to even just move 5,000 to get it done. But I mean, sometimes the reason just isn't there, So,
well, you want to know the great thing about having my team behind you is that after you pull this contract and be like, hey, bro, never mind. Yeah. I've got 15 different people with different phone numbers that can call this guy and give him super, super low offers back to back until he calls you back.
Yeah.
So we'll just do that. Like, we won't give him like on purpose low ball offers, but we'll give him what we can give him. Yeah. And I think after 10 or 15 offers of that, he may give you a call. We've done that before, and that works.
Yeah, I hope so, because I really don't see a world where he just moves back in and stays there for a whole year with what he has going on. I think maybe he's going to try to go around and get another, field more offers. But I mean, but really best of luck to him, because like I said, that amount of showings with that amount of consensus feedback across the board and those offers being in the range that there are, lets us know that unfortunately his home's just not worth what we thought it could be on market. So.
Agreed. I 100% agree, but I definitely think you should call his bluff. I mean, professional, but assertive. Call his bluff.
Yeah, we did, and that's the answer we got from he took the keys.
All right, so well then I would call that realtor and I would say, pull that shit off. Market.
Yep.
And then I would send him an email. Send him an email tonight, letting him know that, hey, the keys are not in the lockbox. Not 100% sure what that means, but again, we highly advise you take this offer. Here's the offers we have been getting. Here's the general consensus of everyone that's been walked. This offer is a gift. If you don't want to take it, then unfortunately, I don't think there's anything we can do. I don't like wasting my time. So if I don't hear anything from you by Monday, I'm just going to go ahead and pull it off market, and best of luck to you.
Got you. Yeah, that's money, man. I'm happy because that's how we played it today. Maybe a little bit premature, but he got back to us and said, he's like, best of luck to you both, to you gentlemen both. We'll revisit in a year. So we'll see if he's serious about this or not, I guess, over the weekend when the dust settles. So
hell yeah, keep me posted. I'd like to know how it goes. I like when people.
All right, man. I appreciate your time, man. Thanks.
No worries. See ya. All right. Anybody else got a question or need help with anything?
Yo, Sean.
What's up, dude?
My bad. That chicken fettuccine was so good. It was so good. What was I gonna say?
I don't know, man.
Damn, I kind of forgot.
See, talking about that chicken, if you got the itis,
yeah, that joke was so good. All right, so about that indie property, he wanted his commission like on the 11th. The way it's looking, I don't think that's possible. So what should I tell him?
Wait. Inspection ends on the 11th, right?
Inspection. What is my mom talking? Inspection ends on on Monday.
The 11th.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's end of the day on Monday. So we have until 5 o'clock.
You think a buyer can to get his commission and we got to close, or
he's not going to get? He's got to close. He's not getting his. What is this realtor new? That's not. You don't get your commission when the EMD is due.
Yeah, that's what I was. But I was like, I understand because he trying to get the funds. So because he about to get married, honeymoon, and
look, then I would be careful. I wouldn't no EMD anyway if somebody's desperate.
if
Yeah,
we're
makes sense.
closing,
Second. Yeah, if we get someone that says that they'll take it, then we can submit EMD on Monday. But I don't want you to be on the hook for that. So you have until the end of the day on Monday. I'm going to hit up my guy Ryan as soon as this live is done and see, because he was the one that wanted the mortgage statement you sent me. So I'll get that. I'll hit him up and see what his buyer wants to do. If it looks good, I'll try and schedule a walkthrough. We'll have it set up before the end of the day Monday. And if the buyer wants it, then and they sign the assignment contract, then cool. We don't have to cancel the contract. If this buyer doesn't want it or Ryan doesn't have any more prospects, then you're going to cancel, at like 2, 3 o'clock on Monday. Or you can try and get an extension.
yeah, because like you
You can
got
always tell
Ryan.
them like, hey, we've got a couple new buyers that we haven't vetted out yet. We need like 72 more hours.
Kind of use that line already.
Oh, well then, yeah, then I would just cancel.
Yeah, but I know Brandon got somebody. I'm gonna hit him up, see how that's going. But yeah, I was kind of wondering.
Okay, so
Both
yeah, you
parties
hit.
moving kind of slow.
No, I got you. This guy pushing you for commission though. That's weird. So when the live is done, you hit up Brandon. I'll hit up Ryan, and you and I will talk midday Monday, so we can figure out what we're gonna do. If we're gonna let it go or if we're gonna cancel it.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Send me some damn pasta. Does anybody else have any questions or need help with anything? Going once.
Real fast.
What's up, Tim?
It doesn't look like there's any prospects for the one in Stockdale, so I was gonna cancel. But I would need them to say it again.
Stockdale?
Yeah, in Texas.
Hold on. Let me look.
That was that weird multifamily. I mean, technically, the 14 business days is up on Wednesday, but there's been no interest, at least on my side.
Same situation. Ryan's got that one. Let me see. Stockdale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's got that one. So I'll hit him up too. But if we have until Wednesday, the same thing. We've got until the end of the day on Wednesday. And all we need is a buyer to say, I'll take it. So we can and submit EMD. Once they submit EMD, we're golden. Because now it's their EMD on the line. So
Okay.
I would just say let's leave it alone. I'll hit up Ryan, and worst case scenario, I'll know something Monday morning.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good then. Yeah, she was just asking me because I haven't scheduled any walkthroughs or anything. So, I told her, I'm like, I gave her the explanation. I was like, yeah, they looked at the pictures. It was, it was enough, and that we were still vetting some new buyers. And I told her I would let her know. So I'll give her another heads up because I told her by by the end of the day, like later on today. So
Okay.
I'll shoot her an email real fast.
All right, cool. And then I'll get you an answer Monday morning at the latest.
Yeah. No worries.
All right, cool. Anybody else got anything? All right, cool. Well, then, as usual, this video will be posted on YouTube Monday at 8 o'clock. There's another, for anyone who's a beginner, there is a video that I posted, I think it was today. It went live, of me spending about an hour talking to another beginner, kind of pointing them in the right direction, answering some basic questions. So I would look at that. What's up?
I have a question, but I'm on right now with this seller really quick. So do you mind if I I don't know, can I call you right after this?
Yeah.
Because he's literally just pitching me right now.
Yeah, do your thing.
Thank
Just hit me up after.
Thank you.
No worries. So I would definitely recommend watching that video if you are new. It's called, what the hell is it called? Creative Financing Playbook. And it was published today. So I would watch that if you are new. Other than that, you guys have a great night. I'll be in the Discord for probably another 4 or 5 hours if anybody has any other questions. Other than that, you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you later. See ya.